the best man. Please put your hands together for Jay Cox.
Ladies and gentlemen, that might be another in a long list of people to welcome you to Monica and Rob's heteronormative celebration of their mutual affection toward each other. My name is Jacob, and Rob's been one of my best friends since our days swimming in the slow lane of the Lawrence University swim team. It makes perfect sense to me that when Monica and Rob were selecting who would talk to you today about the sacrifice and commitment a man and a woman make when they walk down the aisle, that they would choose me, a single gay man, to do so. When I was figuring out what to say to you all today about the happy couple, I couldn't help but think of my initial impressions of the two as individuals. For example, I will always remember Rob as an 8'7" college freshman with a proficiency on the guitar, a bottle of LA Looks in his hair, and not a single natural fiber in his wardrobe. He was one of those rare students who could party like a rock star and study like a mathlete. It was at one of those parties that Rob met a young woman he initially described to me as giving a little attitude. Which, for those of you who know Rob, the guy never stood a chance. When I finally got to meet this woman, it was Monica, by the way. My initial reactions were, 1, she's beautiful. 2, she was way more put together than most of our friends. And 3, the girl was young. I soon set the age issue aside upon talking to her. Her poise and intellect were readily apparent, and over time it became clear to me that she was making a level-headed man out of my buddy Rob. The chamomile to his Coco Loco. That doesn't mean that Rob's a completely different person now. He's still diligent in his academic practice, taking a deeply engaged interest not only in matters of his profession, but in the art world as well. He's still tall, too. He's actually taller. Guy keeps growing. It's off-putting. But changes have taken place. Cotton and wool have slowly replaced much of his rayon and pleather. His hair isn't always as crunchy as it is today. And he no longer runs into the Sunday morning church crowd when coming home from a Friday night out. Some of the changes that took place can be explained away by the nature of growing older, but not all of them. Not the most important ones. It was while thinking about Monica and Rob as individuals that I truly began to understand why they click. On one side we have Monica, a fashion designer, someone who is inherently interested in discovering and creating the details that so many people overlook, but kindred souls cherish. She allows us to present to the public what we feel deep within ourselves, to wear our hearts on our sleeves. And here she is marrying Rob, a psychologist with an interest in music and art, forms of exploration and expression defined by their search to plumb the depths of our individual and communal consciousness. This unites the two of them in my mind. Their relentless pursuit to reveal elements of ourselves to ourselves and reflect those discoveries out to the world. These efforts lead us not only toward a fuller knowledge of self, but aid us all in our search for harmonic hearts. Hearts with details, looking for a keen set of eyes to discover what makes them tick. The two of them have never been ones for grand displays of affection. They're much too subtle. A hand held here, a peck of a kiss there. But I look at them now, and I can't help but think that they're all over each other. Absolutely. So I ask you all to raise your glass, which I forgot, but and give a toast to the woman who works so meticulously to make our exteriors more presentable to the world, and the man who diligently labors to make our interiors more presentable to ourselves. May your life together always be a perfect fit.